Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Owen and welcome back to another video. I know there's a couple differences. Got a white wall now. Hopefully it looks a little bit cleaner. It's gonna change very soon when I have to move again. But anyways, the past few weeks was a little bit different for me just because I normally after a lot of like Grailed pieces. But this month I decided to go after some essential, really cheap, affordable pieces just to fill in some voids in my wardrobe that I didn't really have. A lot of you have been requesting affordable pickups. I know that not everybody can afford really expensive higher end items, and I tend to stay away from the high street alternatives like H&M and Zara and Forever 21. You'll probably never see me do a video involving any of those stores just because they're so bad for the environment and they really just rip off higher end like luxury designs. So I don't really see the point of shopping there. I do get it if you're like on a budget. It's just not right for me. So I decided to do some like secondhand shopping, buy a lot of like cool vintage pieces and then show them to you guys. I will have like the designer, more expensive items towards the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Before we get into the video, I have a quick announcement to make, and that is that I'm doing a rating subscriber outfits video probably next week because that's when the month ends. If you haven't already, please submit an outfit to owentopfits@gmail.com. That's the email you have to submit it to. You have to include two things with that email. You have to include your Instagram handle as well as the brands that you are wearing in the photo. You only have one more week to get your submissions in, so if you haven't, please do that. Now with all that stuff out of the way, let's hop right into the pickups. So the first pickup I want to show you guys is definitely more geared towards like fall and winter, but I got it now just so I wouldn't forget about it later on. And that is this vintage Columbia fleece jacket. It was very cheap. I got it for like $24, $25 on eBay. I believe it's probably from the 80s or 90s, so it is very old, but I think it still like holds up. I was after something that had this exact same collar right here, one that you could like flip up and zip up into like a turtleneck, but also one that you could flip down and have exposed but still have that Sherpa on the inside. I didn't realize this until I got in, but it actually is very boxy. It's kind of hard to tell right there, but you guys can kind of see that it is very boxy. It's very wide, and it's not like too long. It is a size large, but it definitely fits more like an XL in my opinion. One thing I'm not a fan of, if I get up close, you guys can probably see how there's like little tiny black fuzzes everywhere. I don't really know how I'm gonna get rid of that. Might have to take it to like a dry cleaner. Originally the jacket did come with a little Columbia patch right there, but I just took a seam ripper and took it right off just because I wasn't really a fan of the branding. And I just wanted like the Sherpa jacket underneath. After I bought this, I did see that Aleeks has a very similar jacket. They have a Sherpa jacket just like this, but instead of having a collar up here, it just has a hood that goes all the way up and it has like a turtleneck zip. So it's kind of similar, but for the price, I definitely prefer this. I'm sure that's gonna be like around like $1,000, probably more. Let's move on to the next pickup. So the next pickup is another Sherpa based jacket, I guess you could say, but it is this vintage flannel Sherpa jacket that I got off eBay. I believe it was $10 flat, which is like extremely cheap. It is a Wrangler brand work jacket, so if you're looking for this exact model, you could just search Wrangler. There was a lot of different variations of this jacket, but I was specifically after one that had a yellowish tan Sherpa and then a blue plaid exterior. I just think it would be cool to throw over like a really basic outfit just to kind of like make it more workwear inspired. I love how puffy it is too. It's kind of hard to tell. You'll definitely be able to see in the on body how like puffy and like oversized it is. I believe Rude just showcased a blue flannel jacket that has like a hood and like a quilted lining on the inside. So I guess that's kind of similar to this. You could just throw like a gray hoodie underneath and then zip this up and it'd be very similar to that jacket. Yeah, this one's very simple, and let's hop into the next pickup. The third item that I want to show you guys is something that's very unique to my wardrobe. I don't own anything like this at all, and that is this Palmer pouch. I guess it's kind of like a shoulder holster, military tactical bag, I guess you could call it. I guess you could put it in the same category as like tactical vests or the Aleeks chest rig, like that whole tactical wave that's going on right now, but this is definitely like a unique silhouette. Has a really cool shape to it, and it's something that's very fresh to that whole like tactical scene in my opinion. They're a very small UK based company. I hit them up over Instagram and they were more than happy to send one to me. It is very good quality for the price in my opinion, and it's such a cool like unique bag. Like you won't see anybody wearing something similar. I haven't seen anything similar to this bag at all, and I just love all the small details about it. It has this little tiny little P hook that I guess hangs on and you can pull it and then it'll snap back. Really cool small detail. I don't really think it serves any purpose, but it is like cool branding. It's a unique way to add branding. I feel like this is kind of like the perfect bag for me just because I don't always want to carry a backpack and I don't wear side bags at all. I really hate that whole like side bag thing that's going on. So this is like a great way to carry my phone and my wallet if I wanted to. It might look a little sus in my opinion, but I think it still looks really cool. It'll be really good for Instagram photos as well. In my opinion, the price is a little steep, but I do think it is a really cool alternative to some of like the designer bags you see out there, like the Aleeks chest rig which it comes in at like $600 or $700. So I believe this was around like $110, maybe $120 with international shipping as well, so you have to keep that in mind. I know these sell out kind of fast whenever they restock, so if you don't own anything like this, definitely recommend go picking it up. Okay, so for the next pickup, it is a cardigan. I finally caved in and bought myself a cardigan. I don't really know how much I like it yet, but we'll see when it gets more cold. But it is this vintage mohair cardigan that I got off eBay for $20 flat. I've actually been after a specific Supreme mohair cardigan that is kind of similar to this, except it's more orange instead of this kind of browny mustard. I didn't actually think about this until I bought it, but mohair is extremely uncomfortable. I don't know why people like wearing these so much. It's like not like a good material. It definitely looks cool and it has that punk edge to it. Something really cool about the Supreme one and this one is that they kind of have different colors blended in. As you guys can see, there's a little bit of green, a little bit of purple, a little tiny bit of red, and then some brown. And it kind of blends together to make this really cool brown. I'm not really sure what to call it, but it is a really cool color. And I don't own any other colors similar to this in my wardrobe, so it's a cool addition. Okay, so the next pickup are 3 flannels that I bought like all separately. Got one off eBay, I got one off Etsy, and I got one off like a vintage like flannel website. I'm actually wearing one of them right now, and then I have these 2 right here. This one is like a reddish purple with a little bit of blue, and it has the sleeves cut off. The main reason why I like this one so much and why it caught my eye is because it looks very similar to a Raf Simons shirt from like 2001, I think it's from like the Hyatt collection. I've actually never worn something sleeveless like this before, so we'll see how I style it. But it is a really cool flannel. It has a really cool shape to it, and I love the color. I love the raw edges. I know it's something that you can just DIY, but I just love this combination. I think it works really well. I believe this one was $11, which I know it's kind of expensive for a flannel. You can just like go to Goodwill and get them for like $2, but I've discovered that I never really find specifically what I'm looking for when I go to like thrift stores, just because I have a very clear idea of what I want and I just never find exactly what I want. So just going on eBay and Etsy kind of works really well for me. The next flannel is this Levi's flannel. It actually came with a patch right here that I just took off like probably like half an hour ago. I got this one off eBay for $10, so kind of expensive for a flannel like the other one. And then the final one, I got this off Etsy, I believe. I got it for like $25, which is like the most expensive out of all of these. And I know that's way too much to be paying for like a vintage flannel that is very dirty. I got this probably like 4 or 5 weeks ago. Has a great color to it. It's kind of hard to tell, but has some red, some blue, some green, some yellow. It's a really cool color combination. I've been wearing it a ton since I got it. I wore it out to dinner a few times. I usually like to pair it with like just like a regular white tank top underneath and just kind of have it unbuttoned like this. I think it looks really cool. I just think they're so versatile and you can kind of like pair them up with anything. Anyways, let's keep moving on. The next pickup I know is something that a lot of you guys have already seen if you watched my last video, and it's definitely my favorite item that I have in my collection right now. This vintage Carhartt jacket that I DIY painted on, I guess you could say. I'll have a card right here if you guys missed that video, but here's the jacket. It's a very simple jacket. It's just a Carhartt vintage jacket. Has a really cool cut to it. Has nice distressing that came on it when I bought it. I did this very simple painting on it to kind of replicate the CDG Cuba collection. I won't talk about this jacket too much just because I made a whole video about it. But anyways, one of my pickups, I guess you could say. It's definitely one of the more unique items in my collection right now, and I can't wait to wear it when it gets more cold, just like a lot of these pickups. I don't know why I'm buying so many winter-based pickups in summer. But anyways, let's keep moving on. Now moving on to more expensive designer pickups. The first item I got are a pair of Yeezy slides. I bought these probably like 3 weeks ago and they just finally arrived. These are the season 6 slides. I forget the exact name for this color, but it's kind of like a purplish gray. It's a very cool color. These are really comfortable. The main reason why I bought these is because I didn't have any other super casual slides that I could just wear around the house or just wear when I'm like walking my dog or something. So kind of like a bougie house slipper. I know these are kind of controversial just because they're kind of ugly, but I feel like that's kind of like the good part about it. They're kind of like ugly on purpose. I believe these did come in at like $140, which is really expensive for a pair of slides, but you know, they're Yeezy slides, so they have to be expensive. The next pickup I want to show you guys is a Rouge shirt. I'm sure you guys have seen this shirt on somebody else's video. Kind of a very like iconic piece right now. It's a super cool like summer shirt. I love the cigarette box design. I think it's so cool. I also really like the color too. It's kind of like a reddish orange. I don't know if the camera is picking it up right, but it is kind of like a blood orangey red. This shirt is great. It goes so well with like so many different like summer based outfits. You just throw this over a t-shirt and your like top half of the outfit is just done already. So moving on to the final pickup, it is another expensive pickup, and it is a CDG Owen Crewneck that I got. I think it's from like either 2005 or 2006 from the Cuba collection. which is like the whole collection that inspired my Carhartt jacket. It's a very, very simple white crew neck, has nothing on the back, and then it has this awesome like painted effect printed on the front of a girl just smoking a cigar, and then has Comme des Garçons Homme printed on her like cheek. I know there's like a plaid shirt that has this same design printed on it, but that's like much harder to find. The listing of this did say it was a size large, but honestly it fits more like a small to medium. You guys will see what it looks like in the on body. It's super, super tiny. I might be selling it in the near future, so keep your eyes out for that. For price, I believe I did get this for $300 flat, which is a good price for this piece. It is very, very archival, and it is from like an iconic collection. But I wish it was like a bigger size so I didn't have to sell it. And that is it for my pickups, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you guys haven't submitted outfits already, submit your outfits to owentopfits@gmail.com. That is the email you have to submit your outfits to. I'll have a comment pinned down below where you guys can reply with your video suggestions. I want to do what you guys want to see. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. It really, really helps me out. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out, you guys. Have a good day. See you guys next time.